Bones.
Welcome.
There we are.
To the Ashholes Facebook Live program. I'm here with Mort. I am Maverick, and I'm here with Bones also. Good evening to you. Coming to you live from Cigar here at 2420 Government Street in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Welcome.
Absolutely.
Hey, check the back of the mic again and adjust it to another number because that sounds like you're in a tunnel. Let's see how that. Mav, give me a talk.
How you doing, brother?
That still sounds like you're in a tunnel. Did you select that mic, or are you talking on the mic off the computer?
It's off the blue bulb or whatever it is.
Adjust it one more time.
Hold this, the audio, microphone.
Technical difficulties, folks, as usual.
How's that?
That's a little bit better. What did you choose?
I had the same thing. I just went out and brought it back in. The blue ball, snowball, or something like that.
That too, yeah.
Well, if you got your happy ass down here, you can do it.
Don't sorry. COVID studios for a while, folks. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, no apologies. So it's my choice. What's up, Kurt? What's up, Craig? What's up, Tyler?
Let me do that. We'll get that. Kurt, you say Kurt's on? I didn't see that. Hold on a second. Let's go GTL first and then go to banner.
Yes, Kurt's on.
Go to comments.
Can you see us very good?
I can see you just as well as they can.
Okay.
Well, since he's on, I told him I was going to do this tonight.
Hey, Kerr, how you doing?
I'm smoking
Craig and Tyler.
The Stogie Roads Edition V35. You ask why I'm smoking that? Because now I am a rep for Stogie Road Cigars, along with Rockefeller Cigars.
Well, I tried that gig too, and yeah.
So, if anybody needs any Stogie Road cigars or Rockefellers,
please contact Bones.
But
and how will we contact you?
Via Facebook, via email, phone. It don't matter. I'll send it out. Just PM me. What's up?
Personal message him, and he'll give you all the pertinent information to get in contact with him for them two products. So, what do we got going on today?
I'm going to ask a stupid question here.
Go ahead.
Steve Finley's chief, right? That's chief, right?
More?
Yes.
Chief, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
I said yeah. I said sorry. Yes. Well, we were talking over each other.
Well, we'll stop that.
What's up, Kevin?
What do we say?
Baseball's back. Baseball's back, gentlemen.
Yes, it
is.
is.
When does it start? Friday?
That's all. Yeah, exhibition games are right now.
The 23rd.
I thought it started on the 23rd.
That's tomorrow. Yankees and
it's
the Yankees.
Thursday.
Yankees and the Washington Nationals.
And that's 60 games, right?
Yep. Exhibition games are playing right now.
Well, yeah, but the league 60 games start on Thursday.
Okay, so they're just warming up. All right.
Yes. But
the kinks worked out.
The first game is the Yankees and the Nationals, and guess who's throwing out the first pitch?
Nancy Pelosi.
Dr. Fauci.
Nice.
If this wasn't going on, there's no other way he'd ever be out there throwing it.
Probably not. They wouldn't even know who he is.
I never heard of him until this shit started.
I didn't never heard of him.
But that's me. I don't know, but let's put that out there. Thank you, Chief Mickey Mantle. Where the hell did that come from? Oh, that's not the one I wanted.
You picked that one right out of the backsides.
Well, he put another one in there before I got to click on this one.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, what do we got going on today?
We got everything. We got baseball coming back. I read an article just a little bit ago on the NFL. Let me get to the picture. Hold on a second. The owner, was it Davis of the NFL? They got 3 plans for the NFL. 3 choices this year. 1 is go as planned with teams reporting for training camp over the next week and see what happens. 2, delay the start of the season until November and go to a 12-game season, canceling each team's 4 interconference games.
Jeez.
Or 3, cancel the season altogether.
Wow.
Is
that going to take money out of everybody's pocket?
Big time.
Dude, what do you do? You cancel the interconference games? What does that do? That doesn't give you a chance of really pulling in the league. You're going to go straight off your schedule and not.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a mess.
But it's better than nothing.
I guess. I don't know. Is it?
So let me ask you: why did we got that freaking bubble in Orlando for basketball? Why would Zion Williamson just walk out of the bubble?
Well, he said he had some family issues.
Oh, they did say.
Yeah, they did say he had some family issues to take care of, that it needed his attention. I don't know what that means for, what's he, 22? What's a 22-year-old kid's attention needs to be done?
Is he not happy with being sequestered? Because that's truly what the bubble is they've sequestered those players.
Yeah, absolutely. Lock them in.
Can't do anything. I don't even think the refs can leave.
Probably not. I can't verify that, but it sounds about right.
Hush about him.
Sure, who gives a shit?
I'm not watching them either, so it don't matter.
Yeah, NFL, I'm not watching.
No, I think everybody's kind of given up on the NFL, right?
Netflix.
Yeah, I'm done with them.
Kerr, I'm sure that most people have seen everything that's on Netflix by now.
Dude, I don't know. There's some shit. We started watching the Alienist off of TNT. Really good.
What's that about?
It's some psychiatrist that gets into the deep crimes and shit. And then he's got Dakota Fanning, plays a girl that was on the police department, but now she's a private detective.
Okay.
And she's got a guy in the newspaper, but it takes place in like early 1900s, New York. Legal cops, bad cops, that kind of crap. And let me tell you what happened there. We go to motor vehicle. We finally got the two vehicles registered. Finally, 2 registered vehicles in the state of Mississippi. So we're registering her car today, and the girl puts the plate up on the counter. I look at it and I go, "Wow, that's a coinky dink." And Davey's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "It says 3161. Look at the number." She goes, "What about it?" I said, "We've been married 32 years, and you don't know 31st my birthday, and I was born in 1961."
How about that?
I was like, it would be even more strange if it was on my car.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of.
That's pretty weird.
Then we told the girl about what happened to the last time we got her plate where it came up 419. I asked the lady, "Hey, is 420 the next one in line?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Can we get that one instead?" And she did. The girl just laughed her ass off. Kendall, great customer service. Great customer service for motor vehicle today.
Kerr, now that would be the time for you to say number 1, number 2.
So let's go to Bones 101.
Bite me. We've already done. Trump signed a memo today that aims to bar undocumented immigrants living in the country from being included in the census. So he doesn't want them included in the census. Therefore, it doesn't give more representatives in Congress, to whoever. But
no, it doesn't give the representation to that district. So if they're 100,000 illegal immigrants in South Mississippi and they're counted in the census, then that's 100,000 extra people that go on our rolls for people that live here.
Right, and the bigger the population, the more representatives you have.
Yeah.
So it give him more votes in the House, and that's, I guess, what he doesn't want. Which
you only got so many. You only got so many votes in the House.
Right.
You can't change that. So the numbers would be changed in amongst the state, not. Okay. They don't just add numbers saying, oh, well, you got 100,000 more. Here's another one that you get, another representative.
It would affect federal funding and all that.
Absolutely. It'd bring more federal funding to that district if that were the case. And that's what it's all about. It's all about money.
Oh, speaking of money.
All about money.
In the state of Ohio.
Yeah, go Bucks.
Mort State, the Ohio House Speaker and 4 others arrested in a $60 million bribery case.
Yeah, why not? Let's be like Louisiana. Cheers to the thieves.
And getting away with it. Well, some people are getting caught.
I mean, let's just hope they don't commit suicide in prison because they got names and numbers.
Speaking of suicide, that reminded me of Jeffrey Epstein, which reminded me of the federal judge that her husband and son was shot the other day.
Holy smokes, man.
Killed the kid.
Yeah.
Her husband's in the hospital, and she had just taken over part of the Epstein saga like 4 days before.
Can't tell me that there aren't people scared about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Was that a hit, you think?
Oh, yes.
You think?
How about that?
Welcome, Doc O.
Holy smokes.
Doc Rodriguez, how you doing?
How, who wants to take, nobody's going to want to take these cases.
Well, what about this, the girl that has information? What's going to happen with her? What's her name?
She's going to suicide too, man. She's got the name. She's got names and numbers, baby.
They caught the guy the same day, and when they found him, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Yeah, so what happened was he went knock, 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 FedEx, boom, boom. Yep.
It's too many coincidences.
That whole case does not surprise me.
How about that?
Not at all. There is
be able to give us some leaks or something.
There's some massive filth in amongst those two people. One of them's dead. The other one's still alive.
Can anybody read that?
I
barely understand.
Bobby can.
I barely understand English. Let alone Spanish. Sorry, Doc. I'm going to have to brush up on my Spanish.
Hermanos is friends or brother or something like that. He'll let us know.
Brothers.
The state of Connecticut just put out that we're sorry, we misread some 90 COVID-19 cases, and they were actually negative and not positive.
90. How do you misread it? Check? Wrong check?
Well, we could go back to Florida during the elections and say, is this a Chad or a hanging Chad or a dimple Chad or?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, people mess up.
You're right.
I don't, and that's another thing. They said these labs that are being investigated in Florida are, because they reported 98% positive rate when it was actually 9.8.
Yeah.
They had the decimal point in the wrong place.
What accountant doesn't do that, Bones? Come on, you work with numbers. You do that.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, you don't believe there's anything going on and this and that. And I do. There is something going on. But everybody that works with numbers knows you can make numbers say whatever you want them to say. It's just a matter of how you manipulate the numbers. I just, it is what it is.
Brothers of the Scarlet Leaf, blessings. Thank you, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez.
Then we have, I got to go back there. No, I don't want that one. Which one was it?
I don't ever want to go back there. You can go back there if you want. I've been there. I don't like it. I had to turn on the lights here in the COVID studio.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay. We'll go to another sponsor, Frontline Cigars.
Mo.
Another good sponsor of the show. Great smoke.
Frontline Cigars.
Great Smoke. They do good things for the first responders.
Greater Home and Auto Insurance, Mr. Mike Bryant.
And Doc Rodriguez.
Dr. Rodriguez is a
GTO
sponsor.
Cigars.
We got Cigar Company is a sponsor. So does that make it 3 or 4 we got?
4. We got the Cigar Enthusiast also.
And you got the Cigar Enthusiast.
Yeah, he did a live show the other day and didn't get notified. I don't know why he didn't show up. I didn't get to watch it. I was going to watch it at work today, but
You know, if we play our cards right, sooner or later we might be as cool as Kevin Shanahan.
I don't know.
oh well, that ain't gonna happen. Not now.
Well, I said if we play our cards right, sooner or later.
Yeah.
Yes.
And on top of this, it needed a trim really bad. It was just all over the place. So I said, I got an appointment tomorrow morning with my barber because he couldn't take me last week because his wife was in contact with somebody at school that turned up positive, but her test came back negative. So
Good. I'll be right back.
I'm talking to the, what was it? What did you say?
And I heard a little information about him too.
He's come back to shop.
Yeah.
First week of August. Where'd he go? So we got folks. You got all these companies that are cowering down and changing their names and
Changing their names. The Washington Redskins is changing their logo and their name.
yeah,
Pussies.
you know, what's it called? Land O'Lakes changing, taking the Native Indian off the thing, and just all sorts of things. So there's the Red Bull, the drink,
Red Bull, the drink, the energy drink.
Energy drink. Their higher ups decided they were going to push for diversity and inclusion and all this. Well, the owners basically said, They got rid of all their top line execs and said, that's not what we said. This is what we are. This is what we do.
The way it is, and we're
not changing.
And we're putting a line in the sand, and we're not crossing.
We're staying the way we are.
Yep.
But then, and how many of these COVID-19 numbers are good after the U.S. says China-backed hackers who targeted COVID-19 vaccine research?
Well, that's because they want the vaccine.
Well, they created the freaking thing. Don't they have an antidote already?
You would think that if they're the one that dumped it out there, you would think so, but evidently not.
We don't know for sure it was them, but the odds are pretty good.
And we don't know for sure that Epstein killed himself.
No,
but
the odds are pretty good that he didn't.
I'm just saying. And we don't know for sure that there was a whole bunch of rich guys out on that island boinking 15 and 16-year-old girls. But
dude, that's just sad, man. That's just I don't get it. I don't get it.
Mav, I love the hat, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Speaking of hats,
what's the inside look like?
It isn't what you think.
Oh.
It's this is from Ireland.
I
like it just the same.
I don't know if you guys be able to see this.
Also, there's a new one on from our friends from Boston.
There is.
And it slipped my mind what it's called, but it's pretty sharp. It's their newest release. I'll think of the name before our show ends, and I'll put it out there. But it's pretty nice looking.
I don't know if you can really see this. I'm looking at that kind of baseball hat, and it looks like a license plate thing on it, but the license plate will read. You can't.
You can't see it.
Yeah, it says assholes on it, but we'll see. But I'm still looking at those shirts, researching those shirts that we looked at. You sent me the other day.
Not a big baseball hat fan, so
it's not for you. It's for the fans. It's not for us.
I've reached out to our friends at Boston Scally and see if they could do something on the back of the hat for us.
Ooh,
maybe a cigar on the back.
That would be pretty awesome.
That would be.
That'd be customized.
It would be. But they could sell it. Proceeds, whatever. We'll pick something to go to. We're still talking. It's kind of like Big Kerr going with the guy, the Guayaberas.
Yeah, custom ordered, and then you order up front before you produce.
Which, by the way, I did get my pink Guayabera for Jeremy and Sandy's wedding.
I am young at heart, Kerr. I'm young at heart.
He's old as shit.
He's gonna be 50 in September, man.
Kerr?
Is?
Yeah.
He's a young man still.
Oh, no kidding.
I'll be 59 in
9 days.
11 days.
Is it?
Well, what's today?
31st? Today's the 21st.
Is it 21st?
Yeah.
10 days, dude.
10 days.
10 days.
It's
59.
It's on a Friday too, man. Nice.
Yeah, look at that cup, Caitlin. Woo!
Oh, look at that cup. I almost dropped it the other day. That would have sucked.
Yeah, I don't think it would survive very well.
No, it survived as much as Davey's mug did when I dropped it in the sink.
Ooh.
Anna got her one a couple of weeks ago that said, inscribed in gold, like leaf lettering, says Queen of fucking everything. Queen of effing everything. And I was washing the dishes. I'm rinsing out and just slipped out of my hands and she goes, "What was that?" I said, "Oh, nothing."
So Mav, I think I know the real story. I think Davey got mad at Bones, chunked the cup at him, and it broke.
And it broke.
Nah, she never.
I think that's the story. I think that's the story we should stick
go with that?
I think we should go with that one.
She might get upset sometimes, but she never gets mad.
She only throws sugar bowls.
But guess what the city of
Because
Houston?
you're never able to get that all up.
Guess what the city of Houston is doing again? We talked about this a little while back, and then it kind of
faded away.
Transgenders reading story time to kids in the library. They're bringing it back.
Well, you know who's on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
No, I've kind of missed that one myself.
Really?
The first transgender is on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Wow.
And a friend of ours has been putting some pics out lately that look pretty good, don't you think? I mean, I think.
I'm not going to disagree with you. She is doing what she wants to do with her life. So
absolutely.
Let her go for it.
Thank you again for them cups.
I think the pics are pretty good. I'm not afraid to say it.
No, I've given her a thumbs up a few times.
Yeah, absolutely.
A time or 3 or 4 or 5.
4 or 5 or 7 or 9.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What's your opinion on? I know how I feel about it. We'll discuss this. Trump using federal agencies to go in and clean up.
Clean up what?
Crime.
What kind of crime?
Whatever crime that agency is allowed to go after. Whatever the ATF goes after. Whatever the DA goes after. FBI goes after.
The first question.
Pushing them a little harder to do their jobs.
The first question that I have that I'm going to throw out there: what is the charter of the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency? What's their job?
Drug enforcement.
Okay, so protesting has nothing to do with DEA, right?
No.
Homeland Security. What's Homeland Security's job?
Homeland Security.
Protesting is not Homeland Security's job.
But if they're committing crimes, they can do it.
Protesting is not Homeland Security's job.
They're not just going in and walking up to protesters and arresting them because they're protesting.
Oh no, they're throwing them in the back of the van and they're driving them off in Portland.
Because they committed crime. They committed a crime.
Have they committed a crime? They're protesting.
I don't know why they're arresting them.
They're protesting.
Dude, I have no problem with them going in. Crime is up 348% in the city of New York, in the state of New York. Because the governor and the mayor are doing absolutely nothing.
Whose problem is that?
That's going to go. It's New York's problem.
It's New York's problem, not the Fed's problem. The federal government has no issue or no jurisdiction, no business in a city's business.
But if that was going, you were living in that city, and your governor and mayor were not doing their job to help you out, you would not want somebody to step in and fix it.
I'd take care of it myself, actually, but
well,
we know how New Yorkers are.
No, people are afraid everywhere to do a job. All right, you see the video the other day where the three white kids are walking down the pier, and they got accosted by a group of kids,
right,
for absolutely no reason. They were just walking, and they started pushing them, knocking them down, and beating on them. People are afraid. People are afraid to fight back because they're going to get ganged up on.
Yeah,
and it's just not right.
That being ganged up on is no new phenomenon.
It's a lot more prevalent now than it ever has been in the past.
I think it has too. I think it has been too.
You know,
it's more publicized for sure.
You know, well, let me ask you this, okay? In certain states, the governors and the mayors are letting things happen just to happen, just letting them go and keeping the police from doing their job, right? And we know what states those are.
And look at the surprise on my face.
Okay, so isn't it up to the federal government to help the people of the country?
Has the state asked for their help?
The people are, but the state leadership has not.
Then guess whose problem it is?
But the people, the state leadership is supposed to work for the people. And if they're not doing their job, they should either be kicked out of office or somebody take care of it.
Vote their sorry asses out of office.
I hear you. I understand.
I agree to 100%.
There has to be a process.
Or recall them.
There has to be a process.
Vote their sorry asses out of business. Vote them out.
Recall them. Get them out of office.
If things are out of hand and the mayor's not taking care of business, get them out of business.
I agree 100%.
The mayor of Minneapolis asking for federal funds to rebuild Minneapolis after all those riots, after they tore that city up. It is not the federal government's business to clean up something that those clowns let happen.
Right.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Now, if they attempted to stop it and the police just couldn't control it, I might have a different.
So do you know what the next step is? If the police can't handle it, if the sheriff can't handle it, you know what the next step is for the governor? The next step is National Guard.
Right.
Call in the National Guard, impose martial law, and put an end to it all.
But they're not doing that.
They're not because they don't want to. So the feds have no business going in there and doing what they're doing. It's a waste of my money.
I would agree with you if they were using military troops.
You know who it's making look bad, right? It's not making you and I look bad. It's not making the federal troop looks bad. It's all pointed back to the president.
Oh, absolutely.
They're all pointing it back to the president saying, look, he's sending these clowns in there and they're cuffing and stuffing people, throwing them in vans, hauling them off to God knows where. And these guys were doing nothing but rioting and protesting. Well, if they're rioting, the local police department needs to take care of them.
Right, but if their hands are tied, what about that?
If their hands are tied, then the people of that city, district, state, whatever, need to get those sorry bastards out of office.
You know, if it comes down to the people, it's going to end up in a civil war.
They've allowed this shit to happen for too long. And look, I'm sorry, folks, you're getting in on something that's pretty passionate on everybody's point, but these guys are letting this shit go on too far, and it's been too long. The states, the cities, the counties, they need to put an end to it. They need to say, you know what, guys, we get it. Enough is enough.
Now, I don't know if you heard, this is way off the subject, but I spoke to somebody last night, and he doesn't seem to think there's going to be a shortage, but they shut down all the factories in Honduras yesterday.
Yes, they did. Because of COVID, the COVID surge, yes.
That affects Stogie Road cigars, Caffey cigars, a lot of major players.
Well, Doc Caffey has told people that there's going to be a shortage.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But I think he has.
How long do you think it'll continue?
Dude, I'm not a politician. I can't tell you how long this is going to last.
No, I'm saying with the Honduras situation.
I can't tell you because I don't live there. I don't know what's going on with them.
I think they're more worried. I don't think I can't say that they're not worried about the spread. This is all speculation. But we were talking about it yesterday afternoon in the shop with Mike B and stuff. And I think the Honduras thing is more a fact that their healthcare system definitely can't handle a crisis like we did.
We can't handle any more of it. If you're watching the news, you'll see that our ICUs are full. We can't handle it.
That's right, Kalen. Good thing we have a well-stocked humidor at home.
I'm telling you, it's.
I have to cut down how much I smoke, though. The last time it got me through the 3.5, 4 months we were.
Cigar bit is the devil. I'm just going to say, I got a box coming here pretty soon.
I haven't bought anything from them in forever.
I haven't either until I got in a spending spree this past weekend. Before I know it, I got, oh shit.
You're lucky the wife's going to work every day and she don't see that stuff coming in.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't use the excuse, oh, they were back ordered, or I won those and they just send them to me now, or I can't be using that anymore. But I'll tell you what she did do. This is how good of a wife she was. We sitting on the couch tonight. She's looking. She got an email and she goes. I said, "Oh, look at that." She's looking at the flying. She's looking at the flying pigs from Drew Estates.
Yeah.
And obviously they're out of stock. They're only come out 4 times a year.
Oh yeah.
But she's on the waiting list. She said, "We'll see how long it takes."
Davey is on the waiting list.
Yeah, she was gonna buy me a box for my birthday, but she
holy
can't
smokes! Hey, so let me ask you
about the triplets.
What do you think about Congressman John Lewis's death this past week?
Oh, that dude. I liked him. I really did. He's one of the, I think, probably the single greatest civil rights leader behind Martin Luther King.
I'm going to agree with you on that.
He was very,
how old was he when he died?
Oh, 80.
80,
yeah. So Bones, I saw a thing on, it was I don't know, one of the obscure news channels, but they were talking about how he never turned down the opportunity to take a picture with somebody.
I heard that same thing.
It didn't matter if Mav showed up and said, "Hey, Representative Jones or Lewis, would you take a picture with me?" Sure, come on in here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He's an icon, man. He's
definitely. Yeah.
Well, he's been around forever too, right? Wasn't he around for 50 years?
He was one of the original marchers on the bridge in Alabama.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, he was against changing the name of that bridge because the bridge is named after a Confederate soldier or some crazy, I don't know, whatever. It's named after a Confederate, somebody who was for segregation and the whole bit. And his whole thing was, don't change the name because that name being up there shows us that it was there, that this happened.
Right.
He was all about the history. He really was.
If you erase history, you erase the fact that it even existed.
And that's what's going on with all these statues and everything.
Unfortunately, I've got to say that erasing history and not seeing those symbols and people going, what was that all about? And having the opportunity to discuss it,
right,
means that it's gone.
Right.
Remember, they tried to do that with all the death camps and stuff in Germany. And they finally said, no, Auschwitz is going to stand.
Dachau is still there. They're all there.
Yeah. Well, me and Bones were talking about it earlier. Some statues that were destroyed on some Catholic churches' premises. They beheaded a statue of the Blessed Mother and of the of Jesus.
Why?
They don't even know why. Because they're at the point where they're just up for destroying stuff, not even knowing why they're destroying it. Dude, I can't remember the guy's name. He was a great civil rights leader, and they destroyed his statue.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember who you're talking about, but yeah, I do.
Oh, what else we got here? Let's see. We have there's an LAPD officer, female type, under fire for shooting a man that was coming at her with a knife.
I know the story.
And you know why they say she was under fire? Because she's a competitive shooter. What has that got to do with it?
He was trying to do suicide by cop. He was chasing her. She was trying to get away. She could not get away. She finally shot him, and they said that she was at fault because she knew how to shoot well.
You can't say that. I mean, anybody's being threatened, their life's being threatened, is just going to shoot. You're not going to take your time. Now, granted, if she had her time to take her time and can aim exactly where she wanted to, I might agree with that. But if she's being chased and she's under the pressure, she's just shooting. What happens, happens.
She is trained, and I know this for a fact just from being trained to do this. She's trained to shoot center mass twice.
Right.
And then headshot. Double tap, bang.
But apparently, I don't know how many times the guy was shot. I didn't read that in the article.
But that's how you stop a perpetrator. Double shot, double tap, bang.
But can you do that within 21 feet? No.
Within 21 feet, yeah. That's pretty close.
Remember, that was the discussion one weekend here in the shop. If you got somebody coming at you from 21 feet with a knife, do you think you can draw your gun quick enough to shoot them?
You can't draw your gun fast enough for that. If you have your weapon out, and they're chasing you, yeah, then you have the opportunity to do whatever you can do.
But you being formally trained, and me not formally trained, just to have a shoot, I could shoot, but you pull your gun, you better be ready to shoot.
When you pull your weapon, or if you pull a knife, even people that teach you how to fight with a knife, that's a combat weapon. They teach you that in training as well. If you pull a knife, you better cut somebody with it. And I know this only from secondhand word, but there is one special forces group that says if you pull your knife out of the sheath and you didn't cut somebody with it, you got to cut your own hand.
Really?
Yes. You must draw blood when you pull your knife from your sheath if you're not cleaning it or sharpening it. Again, secondhand knowledge.
It
sounds legit. Sounds legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like, remember Red Dawn?
Yeah.
It's your first deer kill. You got to cut the throat and drink the blood.
Well, I've heard about that. Actually, that is kind of a thing. But
that's disgusting.
As far as police officers are concerned, if you draw your weapon, you better be ready to shoot that thing. Because that's why you're pulling it out. You're pulling it out to shoot, not to, hey, look, I got a gun.
Well, that's what happened the other night. And you read about the Old Bay Road. Where's Old Bay Road in Biloxi? Is that on the Back Bay or? No,
it's actually in it's right off Division in the Point area of Biloxi.
Oh, not a great neighborhood, but not an okay neighborhood.
Not a good neighborhood, no.
Okay. Well, somebody broke into the house at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And the other family member called 911, and when they got there, whoever broke in the house was dead in the yard. But they did show and prove that he did break into the house, and there was a scuffle in the house. He got shot and exited the house and
collapsed in the yard. And
I'm waiting for the family to and even my wife had said it. We're waiting for the family to go on the media and say he was a good boy. He was just trying to get something for school, or he wasn't trying to hurt this family. He was just trying to take their stuff.
Now, I'll tell you, I don't know the race of the victim. I don't know the race of the burglar. Or
we don't either.
Somebody breaks into your house at 1:30 in the morning. They're gonna get shot by most folks.
The front door alarm at my house went off one night about 2:30 in the morning, and it was because somebody in the house didn't close the door all the way.
Oh, the wind blew it open?
But we won't go into that.
No, we won't. You're wrong
First thing I did was ran to the closet to grab my gun. Somebody was going to get popped. Then I ran down there and figured out that the door had blown open. But somebody was going to
jar.
Now,
yeah, it was a jar.
All the windows got the vibrating, alarms on them.
Glass breakage
or whatever. We make sure all the doors are locked. I don't check all the windows because they're locked anyway. So, but when that alarm goes off in the middle of the night, that flipping thing is loud.
And your first instinct is make sure that your wife is okay. Grab your gun and shoot whoever's coming in.
That's the first thing I do. If it goes off in the middle of the night, and sometimes it does because of a storm or something.
Reach over.
That drawer is open with the gun right there. That alarm goes off. I go like this with the left arm. Is she in bed? If she's not in bed, I'm yelling, Dave, where you at? As I'm grabbing the gun. I got to throw my glasses on because I don't want to. Can't see without them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to, and we know if when the kids are coming, they got the code to the alarm. So if it's them, they're going to come in the house and the alarm's not going to go off.
And you don't have to worry about it. Brandon be there because he's in a 17-hour plane ride away.
Yeah. Well, his final out is not final out. He leaves Anchorage in 8 days.
Nice. Are we yet able to talk about what's going on with Allie?
Only to the point where they got another court date on September 11th.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll talk privately about that, but it looks good. And I'll tell you, but things happen for a reason, and they're ready for him to get there, and that we can understand that. He's driving from Anchorage with a friend of his, and his friends pick up. I'm getting a Traeger grill out of this, dude. He's bringing this Traeger down. Pellet grill.
Yeah, nice.
Well, we're going to give him some money for it because that was like an $800 grill.
Give him $15. Yeah. Call it even.
I'd give him 10.
He's driving down to Omaha. His friend's going to look at a truck while he's there. He's going to be there for like 2 days, and then he's going to drive back to Anchorage. And Brendan's spending some time there with the dog. They're going to see how. Then he's going to come down. He's going to drive down here, I think. And while the dog's up at Caitlin's, seeing how they get along with her two dogs. If the dog gets along fine, the dog's going to stay up there. He's going to come here, if I think.
And if they don't,
then he's probably going to bring him here.
Then Bones has a third dog.
Did you see how low he said that? And he's probably going to bring it here.
It's a good dog. I mean, the dog's very well behaved.
So now there's going to be 3 dogs at Bones' house.
Yeah, I'll be picking up dog shit for a whole weekend.
And then what's it called? 2 dogs in the pool, and what's it called? Under the grill. It's going to happen, right?
Yeah,
oh yes. Yes.
The dog's coming.
That's fine.
What kind of? How big is the dog?
It's a small pit bull. Well, it's a half pit bull, half.
Is it a nice dog?
Oh, beautiful dog. Beautiful dog. Very well behaved. Very well behaved. Nolly's probably.
That's funny.
Caitlin wants to keep him. She does. She loves.
Caitlin, do not teach him anything about this.
Oh, yes. That still pisses Bo off.
I'm not doing that ever.
Let me tell you what them.
I did that one time. Bo almost chewed Mav up.
Yeah.
When them two bitch dogs did the other day. They get a bark box that comes in once a month. It's got a couple toys in there, a couple bags of treats, and a couple of bones. So Davey emptied out the box, gave him the toys, whatever.
Not that kind of bones.
Had the 2 bags of treats up on the center counter where we didn't think the dogs can get to them.
And they did.
She came home and there was, dude, they ripped that dog apart. They ripped that bag apart. The whole bag of treats were gone. She yelled at them and she yelled at, go away. And he's walking away and he's looking back at him and walking away and looking back at him. Like,
it was worth every second of it.
Oh, and you don't know, we know Nolly's the only one that could reach it. Obviously, Bo couldn't reach it.
Yeah, right.
But we always feel that Bo antagonized Nolly to get the treats.
Yeah,
and then when you rip that dog off,
you know,
they
like
were both over there ripping
Dotson, you know how small they are,
Yeah.
you know, the little legs.
Yeah. Hey, knock that thing off the table. No, that's what Bo was saying. Hey, knock that thing off the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
My buddy went shopping, and he put stuff on the table, but he put the loaf of bread on the chair.
Oh.
You know, it's still a good distance for the dog. Knocked the loaf of bread up off the chair, and he came back in, and the Dotson ate the whole loaf of bread.
Oh yeah, they've done that. Now, we had a dog.
That's a lot of bread for a dog.
We had a shelter. Dog. We had a shelter. They ate a whole loaf of Asiago cheese bread. Just got sliced in the bakery. One day, and Caitlin was really mad at Nolly for this one. We got bacon on sale. It's like Oscar Mayer bacon was like $3.99 a pound. So I bought like 15 packs that I put in the freezer. Caitlin says, "Hey, I'm going to cook up some bacon. Cook up a pound of bacon." I said, "All right, I'll have someone get out of the shower." I go downstairs in the basement, take a shower. I come upstairs. I can smell the bacon. I go in the kitchen. I go, "Caitlin, where's the bacon at?" "It's on the counter." I said, "No, it's not." She got up and she was pissed. Nolly ate the whole freaking pound of bacon, man. She goes, I said,
"Yeah, they're going to get it, man.
We got 12, 13 pounds more bacon in it. Just fry." "No, I'm not frying up another pound of bacon." Yeah, but she was pissed. And then the other dog, Ripken, ate a whole pan of brownies one time. And chocolate's bad for dogs, man.
Give him diarrhea.
Oh, unbelievable. That's another thing. Dude, they started the deck on yesterday. It's going to be big, man. I'm looking at these 16-foot 6x6s overlooking Jones's and the neighbor behind us, and they might have to cut some of that off because there's going to be a roof on it, a metal roof. And they're going to put a ceiling fan in, a couple of outlets.
It's going to be Caesar's Palace Part 2.
Yep. Speaking of bacon, we made the mistake one time of buying, and I didn't pay any attention to the package, but it was maple bacon.
I like maple bacon.
Not when you were expecting hickory smoked bacon.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It was like, what?
Yeah, when you don't expect it, it ain't no good.
No.
But bacon makes everything better.
Hickory smoked bacon.
She bought some bacon today. We went to Four Bulls, the new butcher shop in the
condos.
In the inlet condos. We had lunch there. The sandwich was actually really pretty good. And she bought a couple of ribeyes and a pound of bacon. And she said it was the thick cut bacon.
You guys are bougie.
No, I just wanted to try it. I want to see what everybody's talking about the steak.
Chief goes there all the time.
I didn't try the Wagyu. The Wagyu steaks we looked at were like $32 a pound, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine try those, and he said it'll change your life.
Yep.
That's what you see here.
I said, you guys are too bougie.
Yeah, you can see him sit back there. Is that him? No, it's not. Did Poggy leave?
I don't know.
Mike eats those steaks all the time, but dude, they barbecued them here, and you could they look delicious. They look delicious. But I like my nice medium rare.
No, what was that you got in trouble for saying one time?
What time?
You ordered your steak, was it medium rare? What did you?
I wanted it.
You called it something, and your wife gave you hell.
Between rare and medium rare, it's like more than rare, but I was saying raw. You know, I kept on saying raw, and they're all looking at me like, "What are you talking about, raw?" I said, "You don't want it raw." I said, "I want it in between medium and rare. I want it raw," and I just didn't.
It didn't connect right.
I wanted to step up. What was that, Nicole?
Rare Plus.
Rare Plus.
That's what he called it. Yeah, that's what he called it.
But I was calling it Rare Plus or Raw Plus. And they're like,
they got on you for right.
Oh boy,
dude, it was a Sunday brunch.
It was brutal.
All you can drink freaking mimosas for the women. They wouldn't let it go.
It was brutal.
Would not let it go. And I think she was still laughing at me when we were going to the car.
Raw plus.
Oh,
Raw
yeah,
plus.
That was a bad day.
A rare plus or something. I don't know. It was funny.
Oh, look at that.
Do you think college football is coming up? We talked about this last week, but we've gone 7 days since then, and we've seen no indication whatsoever of anybody saying college football is on.
But they haven't said it's not on. They're practicing, or they're starting to practice. But I'll tell you this: professional football players are complaining that they don't think there's enough safety features or whatever you want to call them.
And now enough things interacted with them being protected.
Dude, you got face shields inside. You got down here. You know, they leave the nose just open so you can, which makes no sense.
I think it's going to be a safety factor, as we discussed the last time. That, I mean, if a helmet comes on that thing, is it going to cut them or what? I don't know.
But you know, these guys are professionals. If they want to make sure that they're protected, they need to stop having parties at their house where 1,000 people are there.
Right.
I mean, let's just get real. If you're worried about this, like some of us are, man, limit the people that come into your house.
Absolutely.
And gatherings and stuff of that nature.
I have no problem with having 7, 10 people at the house in the pool, because the pool's big enough. You guys, nobody has to sit within 6 feet of each other. It's something like that's doable. But dude, it's been so flipping hot. It's not even nice to go in the pool sometimes. I mean, the water's cooler, but the water's still 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And hence why I've got grass growing in my backyard now and not the pool.
Oh, I love my pool. I won't give it up for nothing, man.
I had 35,000 gallons in ground. I filled that bad boy in. It was the happiest day of my life.
Dude, that's a big pool.
It was a big pool.
35,000. That's twice the size of mine, man. Mine's
35,000 gallons.
And you ended that quick, huh? What, do you just want to take care of it no more?
Oh, I was spending more time cleaning that than I was in it.
Right.
That's why I got a guy to do that.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Then I was spending more time on the guy doing it than I was.
Right.
Until I retire, I will pay somebody to do it so I can just go home during the week, jump in the pool, go on the weekend. I occasionally got to take some leaves out or something, but because I won't be getting grass in it anymore, because they're covering up just about half my yard with that deck.
You know, Kevin's going to get in trouble for that because God's going to get him.
But he's an Ohio State fan.
Yes, he is.
But what I did hear, if they go to the conference-only games, those type of things, it counts schools out like Notre Dame, and because they're not in the conference, they're independents. But they're talking about moving them to the ACC, which they are. They went to the Big East, I think, at first, didn't they? At one time in basketball, and then I think they're still in the Big East basketball. I'm not sure. I want to say they're in the ACC, but I honestly can't.
I don't think they're going to play.
I can't. Man. God,
their problem is that NBC contract. They do not want to give up the money that they're getting for that contract.
They signed that years ago for like $1 billion, man.
Oh,
that's money.
Mad money.
Remember that? I remember when that first came out. It was just like, speaking of mad money, did we ever talk about Mr. Mahomes signing his contract with Kansas City for $500 million?
Yep.
$506 million.
Plus, he's guaranteed like $170 million. If he gets hurt and can't play anymore, he's guaranteed $170 million.
Yeah, day one.
Cheers, Mahomes.
Oh,
enjoy
absolutely.
Enjoy it.
Oh, I like him.
$50 million a year. And remember, Bones was complaining about there shouldn't be a $40 million guy, although he thought he would be the first $40 million a year guy.
And he surpassed
He didn't expect it to be 50.
Just went right from here to boop.
Yep.
And Dak is still fighting for a contract, ain't he?
And they're saying the grapevine is that they just may franchise him, right? That's it.
And
he gets 31. Oh, that's all only.
only.
I hope they do, because he wants the 50 now.
He ain't getting he ain't Mahomes.
He hasn't won a Super Bowl, so he doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Nope.
And he won.
You're right.
He won that his second year. Mahomes. It was the second year, wasn't it?
Yes.
And he's got a good shot at winning a few more.
We'll see.
We will see. What's going on in cigar news? What's up with CRA?
They're still fighting it. I mean, we had that last FDA got turned down by the federal judge when it came to, or the appeals court when it came to the warning labels and stuff like that. And they had that on. If you really want some good information, you need to go to the BCAA podcast and listen to that, or watch this show on Friday nights. Between Armin of DAB Cigars, Doc Caffey, 1901, and Kerr from Stogie Road Cigars, they talk about anything and everything that's going on. And the big thing now is, if you don't have all your testing done and all your paperwork right, is it 9 September? Some people say 9 September, some saying 12 September. It's
sometime this year.
Yeah, if you don't have that in line that second week of September, it's going to be bad news. And it's going to put a lot of people out of business.
So I could give you a little bit of insight on from
Cigars for Warriors.
Cigars for Warriors. They're hurting, because of this COVID. People aren't going to shops and they're not donating. Right. So I'm going to give a plug for them folks. Clean out your humidor. Take some cigars, put them in a Ziploc bag, mail them off to them. The guys that are over there, they're still over there. They're not going anywhere for a while.
So they need them desperately.
They need those cigars.
They appreciate it. Robert Allen for Cigars for Warriors out of Ocala, Florida, is the main distributing. I can't remember the name of the cigar shop, but go to their website. I would assume you can go to their website, and it would be listed. And he put the address up there, the name of the shop, and everything. You can mail them directly to them. Yep. Like you said, don't send moldy cigars or cigars falling apart
or stale or anything like that. That's not nice.
Stick at least a small Bavita pack in the bag, like Mort said, and mail it off. And if you can't do that, go to them and give them cash. They need the money for mailing.
Yep. Yeah. And don't send this junk that you get at Cigars International. $5 for 500 cigars. Those things are junk. Don't sell those. Don't send them to them. They deserve better than that.
Absolutely, man.
They deserve better. So think about that, folks. We're not going to shops. If you're not going to a shop, take your stuff to the shop so they can send it off. Now,
there was a cut and light on Thursday, the 23rd, with Rockefeller Cigars, Orange Cigar and more. It's going to be a Zoom. They got the ID and the password out there. You can sign on and watch the cigar event going. And I think that's. Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Perdomo yet? How are you going to do that? Is that going to be a Zoom?
We're going to do a cut and light. It's going to be live in your shop.
What day is that?
August 3rd. It's going to be a Monday.
August 3rd, we got a cut and light here at Coast Cigars with Perdomo Cigars.
We'll broadcast that live too.
Okay.
And we'll broadcast that live here.
And you're taking pre-orders up to when?
Pre-orders till Tuesday.
Pre-orders till Tuesday. Buy a box of cigars, get a half a box free.
So that's any box of cigars, any size from Perdomo, and that'll be 20% off the box plus 12 free cigars. So basically, you buy 2 boxes, you get 1 free. You buy 1 box, you get a half box free. He's going to be here with swag and everything. If y'all do pre-orders and you don't want to come in, I know you got students and everything you're trying to protect. So if you do that, he leaves the swag and the cigars. I'll get them to you, whether shipping or Barry run them to you, I'll run them to you.
So good move, folks. If you can't, go to your local cigar shop, get a hold of Coast Cigar Company in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Let him know what your order is. He'll ship it to you.
Absolutely.
He'll ship it to you.
Absolutely. And we got anything. Let me see if I got anything else. It's a little crazy. about the 3 girls that beat up the girl behind the counter at Spirit Airlines in Fort Lauderdale? You heard about that one?
No, I missed that one.
The plane, they were flying out of Fort Lauderdale to, I think,
Philadelphia.
back to Philly, and the plane was delayed for some reason. They got all pissy. They started throwing shit. They jumped the counter, started beating on her, and everybody's just watching this. They all got arrested and caught, but nobody intervened. You get an old lady getting beat up. I wouldn't say old. I'm not real sure how old she was.
She was in her late 50s.
Usually they're on the older side when they're behind the counter.
Yeah.
But come on, people. The plane's late. Big freaking deal.
So I'm guessing that everybody was just videotaping it and watching it, recording
absolutely.
it.
Sure, yeah.
Well, Spirit Airlines is not known for being the best anyways, but it is a cattle car.
They charge you for everything.
Everything. You got to carry on, it's going to charge you for it.
When the friend of ours a couple of years ago, we're going to go to IPCPR, and they wanted to take Spirit Airlines, and me and Matt were like, "Oh man, we're flying out of Gulfport. We're taking Delta. We'll be there by 10:30 in the afternoon, going from Gulfport to Houston, and to Vegas. I'll pay the extra $1 to be comfortable and carry on and a bag underneath the plane."
I remember that. I remember all that.
1 o'clock in the morning in New Orleans. When they came back.
Yep, that's right.
But I think that's
about it, I think, right?
About all we got for this week, man. I don't know. You got anything else, Mort?
No, I'm gonna finish up on my Undercrown Maduro.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
It's one of my go-tos.
I'm gonna light up the Rockefeller Maduro next, and then go home after that.
All right.
Yep. Mav, you got it.
Here at 2420 Government Street, all of our fine sponsors, we bid you good night. From Mort, Bones, and Maverick, we'll see you next week.
Later, folks.